We are here today to talk about the big announcement of a Lego Transformer product. This news dropped yesterday in small little bits and pieces, and I didn't want to talk too much about it because a little birdie told me, can't say who, but a little birdie told me, Proto Man, wait a little bit. Tomorrow's going to be a bigger reveal visually and information-wise, and that'll be the right time to do it. So here we are today. Let's talk about the long overdue final images, price information, everything of that, of the Lego Transformers Optimus Prime 1032. That's its Lego designation number. Let's jump into that and get excited. So here we go. This all comes courtesy of the Lego group themselves, from the horse's mouth, their Twitter page, Instagram, Facebook. You pick it. They even did a little teaser trailer. And the beginning of the epic build, as they call it, hashtag Optimus Prime, hashtag Transformers, hashtag Lego. It's Lego Optimus Prime time, coming June 2022. And then one of the reviewers of Lego, one of the big name reviewers, got a advanced copy, did a review of it, and then was swiftly asked to take down the video, which is, I'm pretty sure they weren't expecting that. But then like I always say, the genie is out of the bottle, and before you knew it, the images were all over the internet. So here we are today with the Lego Optimus Prime, and we could say right now it is a Generation 1 Optimus Prime. It transforms without having to take it apart and put it back together. And the transformation itself is very much so like the original Generation 1 toy, with honestly one or two slight differences visually to just make a better, sleeker robot mode. And I'll get into that in a moment. So again, G1 Optimus Prime, that's what they were pretty much going for. The release date, and I've said this before in the past, I'm pretty sure when this was all planned out, this was also planned out with a Rise of the Beast release that was going to be happening also the summer of 2022. So you'd have a lot of people going to the movies, seeing Transformer stuff, and then wanting to get that nostalgia purchase. It's kind of like how we had that Voltron release a while back, and it came out around the same time as the Netflix series was being teased and everything, and it kind of creates that synergy. Even though it's not the same kind of the IP, it's the same brand itself, and they're able to kind of stir up some interest. So this falls under their more high-end Lego line, and it looks great. I'll be honest with you. Considering all the different attempts throughout the years of Transformer product that involve bricks and Optimus Prime, this is the best looking one of the bunch. I mean, I'm a big fan of Creo, but Creo really was limited by their engineers and the people that they had to work with in Korea and their vision of how they wanted to do that line, which was, again, a much more of a building experience and less of a Transformer experience. Not to mention the reliance on a more movie aesthetic for the bricks, as opposed to the minifigs that were a G1 aesthetic. I'm pretty sure if Hasbro could go back and revisit it and do it again, they would have done things differently, especially with how we see minifigs today. So, let's get into this. So what does he come with? So it's a G1 Prime. It transforms. It goes from his traditional truck to robot mode. He comes with his little jetpack. It could be the one from Morta Meets the Eye Part 3 from Sideswipe. It could be from Dinobot Island. He's got a little jetpack. He has his Energon Axe, if you need be. That is also could be put in using clear Lego bricks there. He has an opening chest where he has the Matrix of Leadership there. Matrix of Leadership is oddly enough sporting the colors from the Galaxy Force Optimus Prime or Galaxy Convoy, which is the gray body of the Matrix with the orange crystal in the center. So I wonder where that visual aesthetic came from, why they decided to go with that, as opposed to, let's say, the orange body and then the blue crystal in the center. But again, it's Lego bricks, so I'm pretty sure we could just build our own if we need be, the second you learn what the pieces are. He comes with his Ion Blaster, his traditional iconic Ion Blaster, or his gun. And he comes with an Energon Cube, again using clear Lego bricks. Now, for the transformation, they went with a traditional G1 transformation, anyone who's messed with the original 1984 G1 Optimus Prime, straighten out those legs, pop out those feet, flip up that head, and pretty much straighten up that cab. What's different this time around is, you do take out the arms, and you, in this case, instead of plocking on some fists like the original G1 toy, you pretty much flip out some fists. The front of the cab then folds to the sides to make a sleek kind of torso. And there we got our G1 Prime when you flip up the head. Looks really good. Does a fantastic job. Look, and again, articulation in the fists, articulation all over the place. They even showed some of the joints to create even more articulation for good posability. A very, very, very good Optimus Prime toy. Now, judging by the images here, and the press report said 13.5 inches in height or 35 centimeters. The reviewer had some great images of it with the original MP1, or in this case it was the 20th anniversary Optimus Prime, but MP01 back in the day, and MP10 Optimus Prime next to it, so he towers over both of them. So a nice big product, looks really good. Again, what more could I say? What more could I say? It's a G1 Optimus Prime. If you've been in this fandom for any length of time, you know how it looks, you know how it transforms, you know how that's going to be. But this is Lego, and Lego is not just for Transformer fans, and when they're making this product, it's going to be a nostalgia purchase. There's going to be people that necessarily didn't engage with the Transformer brand as crazily as we do, that just like, oh yeah, I love Transformers as a kid. You know what? I'm going to get Optimus Prime. He's the iconic character. Just like how if you're not a big Star Wars fan, but you really dig that Vader figure, or if you're not a really big, again, Voltron fan, but you really dig Voltron as a brand or as a look. And that's kind of what they're going with this. They're going to go for that nostalgia purchase. And knowing Lego fans, I mean, all those nostalgia releases that they've done, whether it be 60s Batman stuff, whether it be the Nintendo that they did, whether it be the Voltron, whether it be anything really that's based off of other IPs that are not really current in the universe that we live in, but so much so that they're just kind of throwbacks to old stuff. Those always seem to sell very well. And it's going to be no different here. I mean, they even have the original bio of Optimus Prime's like explained in the instructions, where it's like, he's the commander. It has his tech spec with all his strength, rank, intelligence. They're really going for that old school 1984 G1 kind of throwback to the fans. And hey, I dig it. How many pieces? 1,508. Pretty standard for something of that size. I've built a few large Lego things in my day. Sad to say, I'm probably sitting on one of the largest vintage Lego collections in the world, mint in box. And I'm not even that huge a Lego fan. I just acquired it. There's a video kicking around somewhere on YouTube of me reviewing one of the rarest Lego pieces of all time, the UNICEF Lego. You can probably find it's an old video from many years ago. Again, acquired it through a collection. Some people will probably be like, oh, you don't deserve to own that stuff. I probably don't. I'll openly agree with you with that. But big collector was getting rid of his collection, and he dropped it in my hands pretty much. Long story short, this item here is going to be 169.99 euros. According to EX Exchange Currency Exchange, it's 179.53 as of today. Of course, that could change. Knowing the Lego group and how they could probably squeeze more money out of this and how expensive Lego product could be, I'm seeing it could either be $179.99, but if they wanted to, they could easily ask $200 for this and probably still make the money. I mean, I look at how much they were asking for all the other stuff. Again, that Nintendo with the TV and the Voltron, people paid that. They paid big money for that stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go that route too. But we shall see. We shall see. The question is there going to be more of this? Is there going to be others? Maybe not. If this sells like gangbusters, like absolutely insane, maybe they might, I don't know, do a Bumblebee And you probably are saying, well, why Bumblebee? Why not Megatron? Would Lego, a company that doesn't really want to do war-based stuff, want to do a gun G1 style? And you could say, oh, well, they'll do the tank. Still, I think that they would more likely want to go the Volkswagen Beetle route and go with that European history and European origin. Although if you look in Volkswagen's origin, that's a whole other story. But the point being is that I could see them more if they do want to do a next one. I don't think Megatron would be the route they would want to go. I think they would do Bumblebee. And I think maybe even Hasbro would probably be like, look, here's our Legendary 7, and they're going to push you in the direction of what they think would be the best for licensing. But at the end of the day, I really think this might just be a one and done, which, again, Hasbro was a rival with this company for years when it comes to the brick kind of thing. And now they're doing a collaboration, and it's what a lot of people wanted. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are still clamoring for minifigs of Transformers, which I'm pretty sure maybe one day will happen. Look, we've had minifigs of practically every other brand in existence that could be done for a PG market. So stuff like, Marvel, DC, and now we even have the Simpsons ones, the Muppets. Sooner or later, I think Transformers might even get maybe a blind pack minifig, one-shot wave. Who knows? Much like the Muppet stuff or the Sesame Street stuff, where you just kind of get that one shot and that's it. Could be. Who knows? It's not my fandom, not my world. I can't really predict how things will go, and I'm pretty sure there's more educated Lego people than me that could correct me and go right ahead, my friend. But this is coming out June 2022. Looks good. If I may, if there's one thing I can give that is from an educated perspective is the finance part of it. Lego stuff is consistently bought, scalped, and resold at a profit. Now, I'm not saying Proto Man is not condoning and or encouraging scalping, but I'm going to call a spade, and this thing here is probably going to do very well financially. Let's put it this way. What you want to do with that information, that is your choice, your wallet, and your space of your house. But just look at the history of previous items of this kind of origin and let the money trail speak for itself. Let me know what you think about this, guys. I'm interested. I don't know if I'm $200 interested, but I am intrigued, to say the least. But I really think that this might be just more of a one-and-done kind of thing, and maybe some minifigs in a blind pack 12 set. But that's about it. Let me know what you think. Lego Optimus Prime is here.